For this log, I've picked the singing diet. I've identified 3 key research sources: website, book and video. The video is on YouTube and it's of the singer's diet. And I was asked how to describe these research sources and how they've influenced us on rehearsal methods and performance. Now what I've done is I've actually put what I found on resource sites and my results post-performance as well. What I've put is I found that the video resources on this particular site were very informative. It highlights basic foods which should be avoided as it affects the vocal cords by coating them with the mucus, also the foods that can cause acid reflux. Matty, who is my tutor, has been covering this particular subject in discussions with my peers and I found this very interesting and I wanted to research the diet aspects for singers so that I could put the theory to the test as an experiment a week before the show to see if I would have any beneficial gains to improve my singing performance levels. Kinesthetic learning is the best way for me to achieve my goals, as I can physically feel how my body will cope with this experiment. For my results of the video post-performance, I have followed the advice given on the video. I've cut out coffee and tea and changed to decaffeinated, which I didn't like at all. I've kept whole grain foods for a minimum. Bread was a sandwich before rehearsals. No pasta, no dairy. Again, it wasn't nice because I love butter and yogurts. Not having milk was fine. The only thing I didn't stop was having sugar in my tea and coffee. Cutting out alcohol was okay. In general, I feel healthier during the experiment. My stamina improved and breathing was clear, no stuffy noses. I've stopped the diet and I can feel the difference by adding caffeine and dairy products back into my diet. My body's become sluggish, my skin is starting to look dull and my energy levels have dipped slightly. On reflection, the experience I have of doing this has made me realise every few weeks following this diet plan, it's a very good way of detoxing my body. The next bit that I've done is website research, and I found this on thevoicecouncil.com. Singers food, the good, the bad and the ugly. And in this I've put the website page I found covers all basic requirements of information on the diet. It also mentions smoking and alcohol. I like the way it's used the terminology, the 4 watchwords. Automatically made me want to learn these as a simple way to remember how to categorise everyday food and drinking that can affect my voice. Covers physical aspects of energy levels and muscle restrictions, all to which I can analyse during the week before the show and then the after effects when I stop my experiment. My results of the website post-performance. I have short-term memory loss due to 2 strokes. I find it very hard to remember simple basic things. That is why I enjoy following the 4 watchwords. It was simple to do. My intake of water has been improved because I hate drinking it. I will be more aware of the groups and how are each interlinked. My muscles have tightened since I've stopped the experiment, especially my calf and my ankle joints. My hands have stiffened dramatically too, making the arthritis flare. I think I will research in more depth with reference to the dairy products and arthritis to see if there is a link. If so, then I will be re-evaluating my intake of dairy products. And my third part that I've picked is a book, The Low GI Diet by Rick Gallup. This is a bit long, but it'll make sense. I've used the low glycemic index diet for 11 years. I have type 2 diabetes, which is caused by gestational diabetes during pregnancy 26 years ago. Generally, the sugar levels go back to normal after giving birth, but mine didn't. For many years I followed a diet to control my diabetes. Then I had 3 heart attacks and was put on medication to control it. It was then the first GI diets were introduced to the general public, and Diabetes UK strongly supported the new method. In my experience, I'm going to try and combine the GI diet with a 4 watchword and the singing diet. The key things I have to monitor very carefully is my sugar levels, as I don't have a very high tolerance level. I have to keep my blood readings between 4 and 6. Anything higher or lower has a detrimental effect on me and can make me very poorly. The other challenge I have is I have an eating disorder, which I've learned to control over the past 4 years. It is a constant battle I face every mealtime. I do not like food in my mouth, full stop. Liquids aren't a problem. Soup I tolerate. I've learnt at the very beginning of this illness that as long as I keep my sugar levels up by drinking tea and coffee with 2 spoonfuls of sugar, I can get away with not consuming food. And I would exercise calories off by teaching dance and fitness 6 hours a day during the week. Out of all 3 diets, the GI will be the most challenging for me. That's what I thought. My results. My findings on this experiment was rather pleasant. I was expecting to really struggle keeping my sugar levels up and keeping my food demons away. I decided to approach this challenge from 3 sides by replacing dairy with fruit, as they have a natural sugar. I've stayed away from apples, so they're medium to high in the GI index. At home I've had a lot of turkey with salad and fruit mixed in, making sure all the dishes were bright in colour, as food looks interesting to me. I introduced the singer's diet, but I did have to keep sugar in hot drinks. I drank lots of water. Also I was having decaffeinated tea and coffee. That counts on my fluid intake for the day. Bread that I did have was Danish bread. It's very light, and I did miss my brown bread and butter. The 4 watchwords was easy to blend in with the GI diet, as a lot of my normal food intake was taken away. The only bit of concern I did have was with my fitness, the urge for me to go overboard by exercising. I had to keep that in control, as I wasn't in my normal routine. My blood sugar levels stayed on an average of 5, which I was very pleased. Since I've stopped the other 2 diets, I have kept my normal routine with the GI. I have kept to the Danish bread, as it doesn't lay heavy on my tummy, and I've introduced more fruit to my food intake, as well as water, and tea and coffee are back on the list.